So I actually want to talk about how to prepare for a PhD application. So if you don't know me, I am Professor Dave Maslock. I'm Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship. And I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor forward to help you out. I apologize for the lighting. It's early in the morning, the sun's coming in, and it's kind of chasing me around. So, all right. So, the biggest thing that you need to do in terms of your PhD application is really thinking about that you read the research that you're interested in. I know that this seems kind of a lot, but you'd be surprised how many people actually don't do that, and you really have to spend some time reading before you get into it, and it sucks. I don't like reading myself, but it's sort of part of the job where you have to read the research to get an understanding of what you're trying to do. So just read the work broadly. That's why it might be a good idea to spend, maybe it take a year where you're just reading different people's work in the area that you're thinking about. So here are the steps that you would think about in terms of preparing for a PhD application, whatever whatever that is. So what you want to do is select the subdomain that you're interested in, and that's pretty easy. So you might be interested in a particular domain like physics, for example, and then you think about the subdomain that is within physics. I don't know, something to do with magnets, I guess. So in business, you'd think of, so that's my field, maybe you think about innovation. Then you'd find different professors that are in that particular area, right? So for me, if you look for different, innovation professors or stuff that are doing stuff in innovation, and you might go to different universities, selecting the different universities in different areas, and look to see what they actually have, and see if people sort of match in those particular areas. So then what you want to do, this is the hard part. This is where it's going to take a lot of time and work, where you just read the various professors' work in those areas. And I would just probably focus on the first couple articles. You might be able to read a couple more. Izzy's over here, my doggy. That's why I'm petting her. Come here, Iz. Come here. Come here. Come say hi. There you are. Okay. So yeah, make sure you just spend some time reading. It's going to take you a while, especially if you're working or doing something like that. Just, read what they're about and get a sense and find, after you've read 20, 30 different people's work in that area, that's usually probably how many people that are actually in that particular domain. Then you can sort of think about what is interesting with what they're doing, and then you write the application based on what you basically have read over the last little while, and think about what they're working on, and think about the different problems that they're interested in, and what work you find interesting with what they're doing. I know it takes a lot of work, I know, but that's really what it takes anyways. You're doing research, and it's going to help out for you to do that, and it's going to help out. You're going to need to do most of that reading anyways when you come in, so just have a sense before you come in terms of what you're up against, and getting a sense of what the research is about. I know it's hard to do. Hi. Just take your time with that process too, and if you've read some of the work, email the professors and say, hey, I like your work, this is really interesting. You don't have to say that you're interested in working with them. You could just ask them a couple questions and investigate. Spend more time thinking like you're an investigative reporter than actually doing the applying for things. I think that's going to be very helpful for you. It's especially, she's kind of making noises because she likes this. It's going to be more important for you to pretend like you're a high school student and you're just interviewing people to get a sense of who they are. And that's I mean, there's multiple benefits from doing that. The first thing is you're understanding what people are like and what kind of personality they have, but also you're getting a sense of what the research is like that they're doing. And they're getting to know you if you come in like you're a high school student where you're just, interested in science. and you're just investigating and doing that sort of investigative reporting, that's going to be very, very helpful for you, and you're going to get a sense of what you're doing. The goal is to simply demonstrate that you're interested in doing research. And I know that's hard to think about, but that's really, at the end of the day, what you're doing a PhD for is to go do research and to understand the world in a different way that you didn't before. So that's it. That's really it. That's how you prepare for a PhD application, is spending a year, I would say 6 months to a year, where you're an investigative reporter and you're pretending like you're a high school student and you're trying to find out about the science in those particular areas. And so you're going to have to read up on the different articles and stuff that people do, and call up some of the scientists or researchers in the particular domains and just get to know them. Ask them some questions and stuff. If you pretend that you're kind of like a high school student like this, they're going to be really nice to you, and they're going to be helpful rather than trying to get something out of it. What you're trying to do is just be inquisitive and wondering about how the world works. So that's it. Give me a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.